Thanks to the support as a channel member, Polar NQ. Well, although it's by no means a finished job, we have cleared almost half of the debt at Barcelona now, as well as clearing out a lot of the star players. We've still got a few expensive boys left, but in today's video, we are going to have a look at our new look squad and see how they measure up against some of the other teams in La Liga. Hello and welcome to part 9 of Rebuilding Barcelona. I'm Kevin. Coming up on today's episode, we have our first 2 games of the new La Liga season. We are at home against Sevilla and away against Malaga. If you missed yesterday's transfer special, I urge you to go back and watch that before you do anything else. But the very brief headlines: the net debt is now down to £567 million. Ignore the transfer debt. That's stuff like payments after international caps and things. None of that is actually monthly payments. The projection is looking good going forward. We're within all of our budgets and we've sold a lot of expensive players and also brought in Tammy Abraham, who's going to be the greatest player to ever play for Barcelona. I think we're pretty much all comfortable and all agree that that's going to be the case. So this is what our new look team looks like. The new look team doesn't look massively different from last year's team. Couple of key things. The fullbacks are different. Alba's left the club, so Grimaldo is in at left back. New club captain Azpilicueta's in from Chelsea and keeps Dest on the bench for now. Mainly because I wanted my captain on the pitch. We took the captaincy off of Piqué because our new centre-back partnership going forward is Garcia and Sula. We have got Antonio Rudiger knocking around as well, but he is down on the bench for today. Why is Piqué ineligible for this game? Oh, he was involved in another match, as was Tammy Abraham. They're getting fitness in other games. The other big thing, I guess, is Isco is in on a free transfer from Real Madrid to try and offer us the creative spark we got from Philippe Coutinho for the first half of last season and then really missed. Some of our other new players are knocking around on the bench for now. But the key thing, the key difference between this squad and last season's squad is this is a squad. We have a much stronger bench than we had last year. We've got wonder kids not even on the bench. We've got Tammy Abraham not even on the bench. Pedri's injured and it's not a disaster. So I'm hoping what we've done is, as well as continuing to decrease the debt, decrease the wage budget, we've also put together a deeper squad, albeit with slightly fewer superstars. But you know what? We've still got Frankie de Jong. We've still got Sergio Aguero, Ter Stegen, Busquets, although he can only play 24 games this season, or he gets a contract extension. Ansu Fati has signed a contract extension. Depay's still here. I think this is a really strong squad. Let's go and prove it against Sevilla. We're going with Ter Stegen in goal, a back four of Grimaldo, Sula, Garcia and Azpilicueta, Busquets and de Jong in midfield, Depay, Isco and Fati behind Aguero up front. We're keeping a close eye on Azpilicueta. We're keeping a close eye on Ter Stegen. We've got Livakovic down on the bench, who is kind of as good as him and much cheaper. So we're kind of hoping for offers. One of the reasons Ter Stegen is in the team is that I hope he plays really well and we get some offers for him before the window closes. We're also keeping an eye on Aguero. We've got Tammy Abraham. We've got Dest both knocking on the door. We've got Oxlade-Chamberlain ready to step into midfield if Busquets leaves. I mean, what a replacement there. Sergio Busquets, forget him. We've got Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. I never said the rebuild was going to be pretty. The key is it going to be effective? The goal, reduce the debt to 0 whilst staying Barcelona, whilst staying a big club, being competitive in La Liga, being competitive in the Champions League. We don't have to win them every year. We just need to still be a big club. So at the end of this 4-year project, I can hand Barcelona back to somebody else and say, there you go, debt-free, still in the Champions League, still got some stars, go make them the biggest team in the world again. That's the goal. And Memphis Depay has just put, talking of goals, Memphis Depay has just put us 1-0 up. We've adjusted his role ever so slightly for this season. Well, there you go. Those of you who are upset about Dest not being in the team, that's that problem solved. Azpilicueta injured already. But Memphis Depay still now back playing out on the left where he was the first half of last season. He spent a lot of the second half playing in the attacking midfield role that Isco's in today. But when he was out on the left last year, we were playing him as an inverted winger. But when we moved Fati out there, we played him as an inside forward and he was really effective. So we're going to have Memphis out there as an inside forward for now. And that is Dest telling me that he's my first choice right back, as if he didn't prove that point last year and forced Sergi Roberto out of the club, and we weren't even worried that Roberto left. Azpilicueta's just coming in as a utility man / captain. What a weird signing. But he was so cheap, so it doesn't matter. That's a lovely goal from Dest, though. Remember, Sevilla, one of the better teams in La Liga, and if the opening 26 minutes of this match are anything to go by, we're going to be a very, very good side again this year. And that's a ball over the top from Garcia. Aguero is in behind. Real test of if he's still got any of his pace. I mean, I don't know. It didn't really show us anything there, did it? Like I say, we are keeping a close eye on him. As well as Abraham, we've also got Pedro, Brazilian Pedro, not Spanish Pedro, the one with the jawline off of the Streamer Showdown. Brazilian Pedro is in as an option for us as a striker as well. Obviously, Memphis can go up top. We've got a lot of talent in the wide areas, the attacking midfield areas. We have options this year, which we didn't really have last year. And I'm excited. And Aguero has just put us 3-0 up after 28 minutes. And if there were, full disclosure, you can tell by the fact my t-shirt hasn't changed. I am recording this video straight after the transfer special. So I'm recording this before I've seen your reaction to the transfer special. Knowing what I know about the comments section, I think there'll be some questionable, some of you will be questioning some of the transfers that we've made, some of the players that we brought in. But the key thing is we've reduced the budgets and the team is still good. As you can see, the team is still a good team. The real test will be back in the Champions League, of course, which will be what you see tomorrow. Once we get our Champions League group, I'll pick a juicy-looking Champions League tie to show how we measure up against Europe's elite, assuming we get some of Europe's elite tomorrow. Here's a look at Isco. Lovely pass. See, that's what we were missing when Coutinho left. That and set-piece delivery. Memphis, as great as he is, as like a direct attacking player using his pace, Isco's going to give us that little bit of calm in that area that eventually I'd like to hope we get from Pedri if we can learn to keep him fit. But he just keeps picking up injuries constantly. Busquets playing it out to Grimaldo. Grimaldo hits the post. I mean, he's signed back for Barcelona yesterday. I mean, he's been here one day, straight into the team, replacing the man who forced him out of Barcelona in the first place all those years ago, who's gone off to play for Inter because we couldn't afford his wages anymore. And we're just throwing him straight into the team. There you go, son. You're my first choice left back now. Easy peasy. Memphis on the left-hand side, playing it back to De Jong. Now Grimaldo again, crosses over, looking for, I don't even know who that is, Aguero maybe, Isco. De Jong to Fati. Look how well we're playing. Fati across to Memphis, and the header skims the top of the crossbar. We are relentless so far. Look at those match stats. Any doubts are gone. We're going to win the league again this year, folks, and hopefully continue to get rid of expensive players in the process. Ter Stegen, I mean, that's a little bit, I mean, I know he's playing as a sweeper keeper, but with a world-class goalkeeper on the bench now, he wants to watch himself charging out in that kind of situation. I'd rather he just was a goalkeeper, which is why I'm probably going to end up using Livakovic long-term, because he is more of a, saving shots goalkeeper rather than an extra defender, which is what you're getting with Ter Stegen. Sula, look how far forward he's coming. Have we left anybody back? I think Eric Garcia is the only defender we've got. Grimaldo, and he's going to get himself into a crossing position. 1-2 with De Jong. It's back with De Jong again, in fact. De Jong's going to set up a shot here, and he does, and it's just over. And we could be 4 or 5-0 up here easily. Busquets back to Garcia. Can we take Busquets off at half-time and have it only count as half a game? I suspect it doesn't work like that, but we don't need him for this full match now. 23 to go. He's got 23 games remaining in a Barcelona shirt, unless someone comes and takes him off us this window. But otherwise, we are counting that clock, and once that clock expires, he doesn't ever play for us again, which will be a real shame. Obviously, he'll be available in Europe, but I think it's La Liga appearances. So it could be in a situation where he's playing for us in the latter stages of the Champions League, but sitting out all the league games, which, to be honest, might even extend his career through to the end of the season at his age and make him a real threat in a Champions League run. Well, I might be getting a little bit ahead of myself now, but not massively ahead of myself. I think we're a very good team. Can Aguero manage a full season again? Right, let's make a few changes. Let's look at some of these new boys. So I want to get Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain on. He can come on for Busquets. Swap those two over. Easy peasy. We're going to take off Isco as well and bring on Yusuf Demir, now a permanent Barcelona player. And I also want to have a look at Pedro. My boy... Oh, what? Oh, I made a first touch. I forgot about Azpilicueta going off. Oh, well, we'll have to wait another day to have a look at Pedro with the jaw. Love the jaw. The jawline on Pedro is sensational. I'd like to think Abraham's going to be available on the bench in the next game. So Pedro's debut really might have to wait because it'll be Tammy Abraham I'm bringing on in the next game to have a look at, assuming he's not messing around playing for the B team again, trying to get fit. I don't know why some of them arrive fit, like Grimaldo has arrived fit, easy peasy. Tammy Abraham turns up. I don't know if the pre-season in Italy starts later than it does elsewhere, but Tammy Abraham turned up and still not fit now, despite having 2 or 3 weeks of pre-season with us. Ansu Fati crossing it to Aguero. It's down to Memphis again, and it's back to Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain in a Barcelona shirt. I mean, that would have been a way to make your debut. Sticking it in the top corner from there would have been beautiful, but it's not to be. We end up with the 3-0 win. It could have been far more, but 3-0, we'll take it. We'd have taken it before. We'll always take it. Azpilicueta is going to be out for the first month of the season. Welcome along to my new captain. And we are going to go and try and put in an equally good performance now against Malaga. Just one change for the Malaga game, then Dest does come back into the starting lineup with Azpilicueta dropping out. He's missing the next month with a groin strain. It means PK makes it back onto the bench, as does Tammy Abraham. You're going to see Tammy Abraham in a Barcelona shirt today, boys and girls. I do have some potential sad news, though. Ricky the Pig has got a grumpy on. He wants to go to Norwich. I've had to agree if Norwich offer £6.25 million, I'll let him go. I don't know what it is with Norwich. Billy Gilmore chose them ahead of us yesterday. Now Ricky the Pig is apparently going to go to Norwich instead of Barcelona. Clear to all to see. We talked a few days ago about how obviously Barcelona are a bigger club than Chelsea, as shown by the fact we were able to bring 2 Chelsea players in on free transfers this summer because they wanted to come to a bigger club. Ricky the Pig and Billy Gilmore confirming Norwich, however, bigger than both of us. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with that. Right, fingers crossed. Another good performance. Trying to very much manage the game time of Aguero this year, as he is 34 years old this season. So what I'd like to do, get the goals early on and get Abraham on relatively early on as well to see. I mean, Tammy Abraham theoretically should fit this system better, playing up there as a pressing forward. We've seen in the Streamer Showdown, those of you who watch the Streamer Showdowns over on Twitch will know Tammy Abraham as a pressing forward can be a real threat. He's right up there. Jamie Vardy, Timo Werner territory, Lautaro Martinez as one of those players that always gets drafted in the showdowns because he's so effective if used in the right way. And we'll definitely use him that way. So I think Abraham is going to be full of goals. Frankie de Jong has picked up a tight hamstring. We'll keep him on for now. We'll keep an eye on his fitness levels. At the moment, he's still showing as being full fitness. So there's no reason to panic about him just yet. I don't think. We've got Oxlade-Chamberlain and Herrera both down on the bench to come on if need be. I'm probably more likely to bring Herrera on today just really to have a look at him. These early games are all about having a look at all the new players. And that is some interesting defending from Malaga. Ansu Fati causing all kind of problems down this right-hand side. And the cross comes over. Aguero's really far back at the far post, but causing enough panic to draw the mistake from the Malaga defender, who has cleared it into the back of his mate. Between them two and the goalkeeper, I think that's what's known as a comedy of errors. Bless their cotton socks. Right, Grimaldo with a corner, and Sula hits the post, and Aguero's there with his second of the season. We never seriously wanted to sell him. We were always he's going to get 40 goals again this year. Sergio Aguero is unstoppable. Age is just a number, and Sergio Aguero is going to do a bigger number. He'll still score more goals than he's had birthdays this year. There's my prediction. He's got 2 so far. How many birthdays has he had? 34. We just covered that. So a goal target of 35 goals for Aguero this year. Easy peasy. Right. I think we probably give both Aguero and de Jong the first 15 minutes or so of the second half, and then bring on replacements for them just to focus in on fitness. If we can be 3-0 up by then, that'd be lovely. Grimaldo with the in-swinger. Sula has been a real threat from these set pieces throughout this match. He's not managed to tuck one away just yet, but it feels like it's coming. He's having a very good game. And Grimaldo's set-piece delivery is looking excellent. So between him and Isco, hopefully we are replacing that Coutinho threat that we had before. Right, here is your moment. Tammy Abraham is on. We are going to take off De Jong as well, and Herrera can come in there. Can he play as a box-to-box midfielder? He can. Excellent. So Hector Herrera going to come in there to play alongside Busquets for the last 30 minutes or so of this game. It's Grimaldo with an in-swinging corner again. It's Eric Garcia there this time, and I think we've won a penalty. It's a handball from one of the Malaga defenders. The ref, I think, is consulting with VAR. He is. I think we've got a penalty here. If you're going to stop the play for handball, you got to then give the penalty, surely. And it's going to be Isco for his first goal for Barcelona. I mean, that's probably the strangest transfer that I've done so far. But it is Malaga 0, Barcelona 3, and Isco grabs the third. It's an iffy penalty. It's straight at the goalkeeper, and the goalkeeper doesn't dive, but somehow is still beaten to it, despite it not being hit particularly hard. Their goalkeeper just doesn't seem very good. Oh, and now Memphis Depay is injured. That's unfortunate, but this is what we were talking about with Oxlade-Chamberlain. This is the big advantage that we've got having him as part of the squad now. Any injury in any of these areas, Oxlade-Chamberlain can just come on. And it's going to be so useful just having a player that flexible to just come on in these circumstances. We'll put Fatty over that side. And yeah, Chamberlain can be over there as the winger, and Fatty can step back into that inside forward role that he played so well last season. Are there any of these new boys we've not looked at yet? We've not looked at Livakovic. We've not looked at Rudiger. So I'll have to have a little look at them in between episodes. We've obviously got the couple of wonder kids that we brought in as well, who will get their game time here and there, but we're not necessarily full focus on developing wonder kids. We're about fixing finances. If we develop some wonder kids along the way, jolly good. If not, then so be it. But I think we just need to get a feel for what these backup players, these squad players, what they can offer, what they're good at, what they're not good at, what circumstances I might want to use them tactically. The only way to do that is to get a look at them in the match engine, because you can only learn so much having a look at the numbers. Look at that. Tammy Abraham winning the ball in the air. We've not had that since Luke de Jong coming on as plan D. Herrera on the left-hand side. He's looking for the cross. Abraham is there. What a goal from Tammy Abraham. I tell you what, this boy is going to score goals for us. What a header. Lovely cross from Herrera. Fantastic header from Abraham. I am going to be ordering a Barcelona shirt with number 9 Abraham on by the end of this series. I guarantee it. Tammy Abraham's a superstar. Oh, I love it. I love every part of it. We're top of the league. We're 4-0 up. Grimaldo's got the corner. Let's have the icing on the cake. Sula with the goal. He's hit the post again. I would love Sula to grab a goal today. He has been fantastic and such a threat. Having a 6'5" defender in there is pretty handy from these set-piece situations. But we went into this episode saying we were going to have a look to see how the New Look squad fared against La Liga. Well, what we found out here is we're a pretty good team again. If anything, we feel like a better team than last year's team. And that is no mean feat, considering we weren't a million miles away from going invincible in the league last year. So very, very promising signs. Tomorrow's episode will be the Champions League. I'm hoping there'll be a Champions League tie right near that Atletico game, and we could potentially show you that, or even that Atletico game, or that Real Madrid. Oh, they're in January. They're miles away. Oh, of course, it's the World Cup. Of course, it's the World Cup this season. So we want to get one more game in before the World Cup, I guess. And then we've got the World Cup disrupting things with a couple of months off. I mean, how's that going to affect the fitness of someone like Aguero? That is an interesting thought, but we'll try and we will get a Champions League game in tomorrow, and then come back, I guess, for post-World Cup shenanigans the following day. And I'm hoping by the time you see me next, we'll have found a way to move on Sergio Busquets. Because if we can do that, I'm calling it now, perfect summer. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. And thank you very much for watching.